So we're working with a frame, and the frame we'll be working with is desktop. So go ahead, click on desktop, and we're working with MacBook Pro 16 because it's bigger. Okay, so choose that. So you should see this. So when you see this, okay, so I want to tell you all the colors we'll be working with today. So let me go ahead and create the color. So you can go ahead too and create the color. So click on the shape tool and go ahead and draw something like this. Let me be sure you're following. Are we following? If you're following, type, please. Okay, that's nice. All right, so go ahead and draw this. To duplicate this, the simplest way is to press Ctrl D. While you click on the rectangle, press Ctrl D. So it duplicates. Press Ctrl D again, and it duplicates for you. So now let's change the colors, okay? Remember I told you we have the right hand panel which shows you the features and the object or styling of the particular layer you're working on. So we click on this and we come here to the color aspect, and let's type in this color code. Let's type in our first color. The color code is F3A FC3. Yeah, so this is the first color. Then the second color we'll be using is a D8D7C9. So go ahead and type it, D8D7C9. Yeah, and it gives you that color. So the next color we'll be working with is this C6A87A. C6A87A. So it's giving you something like a coffee color. Then the next color we're working with is a 53403A. So click on this 53403A. Yeah, this is the dark coffee color. Then the last color we're working with is a pink color, which is E7104E. E7104E. Yeah. So let me see if you're following. Are we following? Did we get the color codes? Okay, I'm fast. Okay, you didn't get it. So I'll go ahead and call the color codes again. Okay, so I'm going ahead to call the color codes again. If I click on it, you should see it here, okay? So do not even wait for me to call it. Once I click on it, go ahead and either write it down or type it, okay? So the first color code is F3A FC3. Did we get that? Did we get that? This is it. F3A. That is the first color code. Okay. Let me type the second one. The second one. That's the third one. The fifth. And the last one is this. So did we all get that? All right. So let's continue, please. Okay. So today we are going to be designing something for an ice cream brand, okay? We'll be designing something for an ice cream brand. So what we want to do first is to on um go on our browser and type. As a designer, you should know how to use your keywords properly to get exactly what you want, to get an image you want. So if you want to get a transparent image, one thing you should have in your mind is that you use png at the end of the word you're looking for. So let's go ahead and type. Normally, if I want something that is free, I go ahead and type free download. Okay, ice cream png. Okay, so let's see what comes up. You see you have transparent images. You have transparent images coming up. So you can go ahead. The best site I download from, I'm going to tell you, so take note. I download from nice png, kind png, png item, sick png, and free pick. Okay, also clean png would not stress you. There are some other png downloaders that would stress you. Okay, so go ahead and download the ice cream of your choice, something you know that would be catchy. Work with your intuition. Okay, so go ahead and download any one of your choice. So I already have what I want. Make sure you go directly to the site. Okay, make sure you go directly to the site to download. You click on free download and you have your downloads. Okay, so do that quickly. Let me know you're following. Okay, do we understand what I just said? Make sure you download directly from the site. That was what I said last. Okay, where can you go directly to the site to download? Once you click on the image, click on the link, you would see it. Okay, let me show you again. This is it. If you click on this image, it is highlighted on this panel here. Okay, so click on this panel here and it takes you directly to the site. See, it is loading here. It takes you directly to the site. So when you go directly to the site, you click on the free download and you get your images downloaded. Okay, so have I answered your question? Okay, so have we all downloaded our images? Have we gotten our images? Okay, so I'll just go ahead and start the design. Okay, I already have my image here. Let me show you how to. Okay, let me show you how to, when you download, how to bring it into Figma. Okay, so this is the image I want to download. I go ahead and click on it, and it's downloading. You can see it here, it's already downloaded. Okay, So it is already downloaded. So how do I take it to Figma? You you left click, and hold it. Hold and drag. Okay? Hold, drag and put it in your Figma file, your Figma app, and boom, it's there. If you're on the desktop, if you're on the web app, it's still the same thing. You hold and drag. Let me show you. You hold and drag and take it to the tab where your Figma is. It opens and you drop it there. Okay? So that is how you do it. Did we all follow? Did we get that? Please be sending in your answers quick so we can move ahead with the class. We do not want to waste much time. You hold, drag and go to where your Figma tab is and drop it there. Who has gotten it? You're still trying to download. Go ahead and try your download. It should work. Downloading is a normal thing that we all should know how to do. You download movies, you download pictures, so it's still the same format. Click on the free download button. It shows you an advert. Cancel that advert and it shows you the main tab that you're supposed to download with. Okay? Should I go ahead? Should I go ahead? It's still downloading. Okay, while it's still downloading, I'll go ahead with the design. Just pay attention and you follow through. Remember, the class is recording. The class is recording, so you get access to the file. So just pay attention, okay? So click on the MacBook Pro, the 16, click on the frame. When you click on it, you click here, okay? The fill, the color, we want to change the color. Click on the color. The color panel will come out. This is the color panel. When the color panel comes out, you see this eye drop, this thing that is like a drop, pick and drop tool. Can we all see it? Can you see where I'm pointing to? Tell me if you can see it. Can you see it? Are we following? Let's not slow down the class, please. Okay. So this is the drop tool. You click on the tool, this circle comes out, then you take it to the one you want, the one you want as the color. So this is what I want as the color, this second one, the D8 D769, that is what I want as the background color. So I click on it and boom, it changes. Okay, it changes to it. So after doing that, I want to go ahead and draw circle. So I click on the tool, the shape tool. After clicking on the shape tool, I want a circle. So I click on the ellipse and I tap on this. Okay, yes. So I tapped on it and this is what is giving me. So when you check here, when you check on this panel, you see the width is 100, the height is 100, but that is not what I want. So let's use this. Let's use this for our circle. Let's use 1235 as the width and 1146 as the height. Okay, 1235 as the width and 1146 as the height. Okay, you can see it is now big. It is big, but we can't see it because it is the same color as the background. So what do we do? What do we do? We go ahead to change it. Okay, are we following? Are we following? Okay. Okay. The tool is very simple. I'll do that again. So I want to change this circle color, okay? So I clicked on this circle and click on the color panel, and you see this tool here. See where my cursor is pointing to, this tool. You click on it. So I want to use this pink color, and boom, I touch on it and it changes my color, okay? So this is what I want. So I'm shifting it to the top. I'm shifting it to the top, and I want another circle. So I'm going ahead to draw another circle. You click on the shape tool, the circle, and you drop here. When you drop, I want to work with this measurement 716,706. Okay, 716 for the width and 706 the height. Make sure you're following, please. Whatever you're doing, you stop it and follow this one, okay? Downloading is something you can always do, but let's get this. So we're using 716 for the width and 706 for the height. So the same thing, let's use the eyedrop tool. Click on it, and I want this dark color, okay? So you click on it and it changes. And let's shift it here. Are we following? Are we following? I need answers. Are we following? Are we together? If you're still trying to download, stop downloading and focus on this part, okay? So let's just follow ahead, and the video would be provided after the class. So let's follow ahead, okay? So that we won't slow down the class. Already okay, so I want another circle. So we click and drop here. This, I'm going to be repeating most of everything I'm doing, so it's something that if you keep watching you would understand what I'm doing. And for the width of this circle, I'm going to be using 436 by 420. 436 and 420. Yeah, so which color am I using to change? So you click on the color panel, click on the eyedrop tool, and I want this dark chalk, this coffee color, this light coffee color. Yes, and that is it. So this is what I want. So I'm going to put it here. Okay, so it's okay there. So I want to go ahead and add my images. Already I have my images here. I have my images. So these are my images. I already downloaded what I wanted and I added it inside here. So I'm going to be clicking on the first one, this one here, and I'm dragging it in. So to rotate your image or your object, you can come to the down part of that particular object, and you see this highlighting. You see this curved cursor coming out. Okay, you see the curved cursor coming out. When the curved cursor comes out, you hold and drag. You see, you hold and drag. Or better still, you come to this panel here. You can change it. Let's say you want -50. You put -50 is going to minus is going to the right hand side. Normal number, positive number is going to the left hand side. So when we put -50, we have this. Okay, when we use minus 100, we have this. Okay, let's use normal 50. You see it changes to this other side. Let's use normal 100, positive 100. You see it changes. Okay, but that is not what I want, so I want to use mine. I want mine to be 29.91. Okay, so that is what I'm using. So this is the second one I carry and bring inside the frame. Make sure you're putting it inside the frame. Make sure it is inside the frame. Let's shift this one down a bit. Have you seen my screen? Okay, so let's continue. Okay, don't worry, the video will be provided. Let me check if it is still recording. Okay, so it's still recording. All right, so then this, I want this, so I drag it in, and so I want it there. Okay, remember what I told you? To duplicate, you press Control D. To duplicate, you press Control D. Okay, so I want to duplicate this particular one. I'm highlighting this one, so I press Control D and boom, it duplicates. Okay, so I bring it here. I want it to be small. Okay, so see where I'm coming to make it small. If you hold this part, if you come down a bit, you see the curved cursor, that is for rotating. Okay, it is for rotating. But when you come close to the small rectangle in the four corners, you choose one, come close to it, you see the straight cursor, you see the straight arrow cursor. You hold your left key, and drag. Okay, that is for increasing, and drag back for decreasing. But there's something you notice while I'm increasing and decreasing. Okay, see, it is skewing. You don't want your images to skew because it changes the shape. Okay, so what do we do if we don't want them to skew, if we don't want them to change shape? Let me undo this. Control Z. Let it go back to how it was. Okay, so if we don't want it to change the shape, you press shift, hold your shift key, hold it, don't just press it, hold your shift key, hold your left mouse key, and you reduce. You see it is not skewing, okay, so that is how you do it. So now I want this to be here, and to another short way you can also duplicate is holding your alt key, alt, your alternative key, and your left mouse key, and you drag, so it duplicates too. But if you can't do that, go ahead and do normal duplication. Okay, so I'm holding the shift key to reduce this, and I'm bringing it here, but I want it to be at the back of the circle. I want it to be at the back of the circle. What do? I come to the layers panel. See where my cursor is? I come to the layers panel and I take it. Where is this circle? Let's see where the circle is, okay? This is this circle. This is the second one, okay? So I want it to be at the back. So what do? I take it to the bottom of this circle, this second circle. So it is going to be in between the ellipse 1 and ellipse 2, okay? So let's do that. It's going to be you hold your left key and you drag. It's in between there. So it's at the back, okay? It's at the back. So this, I want to duplicate this. Press Ctrl D and you move it to this point, and there you have it, okay? Let me see, are we following? The last part, which of the last part is it? Where I took it to the back? Okay, who else, please? Are we following? The rest of us, are we following? Okay, so let me repeat the last part. Okay, so this is it, okay? So it was somewhere here before. It was in the front before, okay? And I want to take it to the back. I want it to be at the back of this circle, this particular what's the name? Dark chocolate colored circle. I want it to be at the back of it. So where is this particular circle? You come here and click on it to make sure that it highlights. Let it highlight. Let it show the circle. Or you come here, better still, and click all the circle to know. This ellipse 1 is the pink one. If you click here, you see it highlights. Ellipse 2 is the dark chocolate one. Ellipse 3 is the coffee color, light coffee color one. You can see it is highlighting, okay? So you come here, we want it to be at the back of the ellipse 2, okay? And for it to be at the back of ellipse 2, remember we talk about hierarchy, okay? Which one is coming first and which one is coming last. So this ellipse 2 is here. So if we want it to be at the back, definitely it will be at the back of ellipse 2, right? So let's drag this. This is what we want to be at the back of ellipse 2. So it is going to be in between ellipse 1 and ellipse 2. So let's drag it down. Yes, so it is at the back of ellipse 2, ellipse 1 and ellipse 2. Do we understand that now? Do we understand? Please type. Okay, good. Good. I'm happy you do. Okay, so let's continue, right? So as a product designer, you should also know that you should be ready to create logo at the go. You should be ready to create logo because sometimes they won't give you. So when you're charging, you charge together for your logo, okay? And guess what? With Figma, you can be creative and you create your logo. To increase your screen, you press Ctrl plus. To decrease your screen, you press Ctrl minus. To increase your screen, Ctrl plus. To decrease your screen, Ctrl minus. So I'm increasing my screen so you see it, okay? So we want to create the logo for this brand. Let me come up with a name. Let's say Cream Delight. Cream Delight. So I'm going to be using this text. I'm going to be using Inter. Let me use Inter. Is it Inter or Poppins? Anyone. So let me use Poppins, okay? So let's use the text tool. Click on the text and you drop here. So go ahead and type. Let's type with caps, all caps letter, cream. Okay, we've typed cream. We increase it. Remember, this is where we increase, this is where we decrease, this is where you use regular, this is where you use bold and the rest. So what I want to use, the text I want to use is Poppins, not Inter, okay? So I go ahead and type Poppins. If you subscribe to my masterclass, I'll show you how to install fonts on your system. You install fonts on your system so it is easy for you to use, okay? So Poppins might not be on your system, but go ahead and use anyone that is available. Be creative, okay? Wow me. I want to be wowed with your design. So go ahead and type Poppins, and I'm using Poppins, but I want Poppins bold. So click on that regular part, and I want Poppins extra bold. Um Extra bold, yeah. Okay. So I want the size. Let me increase the size. Let's say a 20. 20 is still too small. Let's use 32. Okay, 32 is perfect. Okay, I think the extra bold is too bold. Let's use bold. Okay, yeah. So duplicate this, Control D. Let's use Control D to duplicate this and shift it to this part. Okay, shift it to this part. I'm just being creative here, okay? We're creating a logo, so just be creative. Are you following? Can you see? If you can't do exactly mine, do something else. Do something better. There is something I always tell my students: aspire to be better than your teacher, okay? Do something creative. Are we following? Okay, nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and type delight. To type with this, to type on this, you double click on the cream and it highlights for you. Then you can go ahead and type what you want to type. So delight. Okay, yeah. So this is it. So you can see there is something common in this cream and delight. The E is common. So I'm going to shift it to the point where the two matches. So one I can use one E instead. That is the creativity I want to do now. So let's duplicate this delight, Control D, duplicate it and double click and type E, because that is what I want to use. Okay. So I want the E to be in between this. Okay. I want the E to be big and to be in between this. So I'm going ahead to delete the E here on the cream, and I'm giving enough space for the other E to come in. So for the delight, the same thing, I'm deleting the E, giving enough space for the E to come in. Then this E here, I'll drag it and put it in the middle of this. You can see it's looking creative, it's looking nice. So let's go ahead and increase the E so it comes out well. Let's go ahead and increase the E. Okay, I want something, let's say a 40. A 40 will be okay. So a 40 is okay. So it's okay here. It's okay there, okay? So now let's change the color. With Figma, or when you're designing, you can change the color of each and every letter. Okay, so you highlight. When you highlight, if you want to change the color of this T, you can highlight it. You highlight it and you come to this color and you change the color of the T. Sure, you can see it. Did we see that? Did we see that? Okay, now let's continue, okay? So I want to change the whole color of this light. This light, I want to change it, this whole color. So come here and we change the color. I don't want the D to change, so I'm going to change the D back to black. Okay, so for this cream, I want everything in the cream to be pink. Wow, so our logo is looking cute. Our logo is looking nice. So just here in the spot, we've created a logo for this brand, Cream Delight. So how do we save this so that we can increase and decrease it? Okay, so this is where your cream is. Are you looking at the layers panel? This is your cream. Press Ctrl, hold Ctrl and click on Delight. Hold your Ctrl still and click on E. Okay, now you've highlighted the three. Okay, hold control, click on cream, hold control, click on the light, hold control, click on E. Don't leave your control. Then you press Control G to group them. Control G, you've grouped them. Okay, did we get that? Are we following? Okay, you press control. Let me undo. You press control, click and press control. Click here too with your hand still on control. Click here too with your hand still on control. Okay, then you press Control G to group it. You grouped it, double tap on it, and let's rename it to logo. Okay, rename it to logo. Now let's export it. We export it and bring it back as an image. When you click on it, go to the right hand part, come down, you will see export. Okay, click on export and you will see export logo. Okay, go ahead and click on export logo. It is going to save in your file manager. Check where it's saved, please, so that you can go back there and bring it back into Figma. Okay, so mine is saving in I'm saving it on my desktop. No, let me save it on my downloads. Yeah, I'm saving it on my downloads. So it is saved there. Now I'm going to open my file manager. This is my file manager, and okay, I'm going to my downloads, and this is my logo. Okay, it is transparent. So you hold, you drag it and bring it into Figma. You hold, you drag and bring it into Figma. This you can close this. You can use the I button to close it to make sure it's not showing, or you delete it anyone you want. So this is my logo. The reason why I save it as an image is because so that I can increase and decrease it as I want. I increase and decrease it as I want, and it won't affect it because now it's an image. Okay, so if you subscribe to my masterclass, I will show you how to work with grids. We are supposed to work with grids as we are designing, but that is what you get if you subscribe to my masterclass, how to work with grids and to know your proper alignment. Okay, so let's go ahead and create our menu. So for our menu, you click on text and you drop. Okay, so let's type. Normally for a website, you should have the home, you should have about us, you should have shop, you should have help and support, you should have contact us. Okay, so let's go ahead and type home. So the first is home. So I'll be working with Inter. I'll be working with internal poppins. I use poppins for the logo, and we've gotten the logo, but that is an image now. So the typeface is not a problem. Okay, so let's use Inter. You can go ahead and use whatever you have there. Inter, I'm going to be using semi bold. Yes, and I'm going to be using 24 as the size. Okay, 24 as the size. So you can see Figma is already showing you that it is in line. Okay, it gives you a grid system or a line system to know that okay, you are in the right track. But I don't want it to be at the bottom, I want it to be at the middle of this logo. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. I want it to be at the middle of this logo. So I'll go ahead and duplicate this into four sections, four text, because we would have the about us, shop, help and support, and contact us. Okay, so Control D, and okay, before we duplicate that, please let's change the color. I want, this is the color I'll be using, this dark chocolate color. So go ahead and change it to the dark chocolate color. Okay, That is the color I will be using. So this is home. Duplicate, Control D. So when you duplicate, you shift it, make sure it is in line. Figma will show you that it is in line. See how it is showing me that it is in line. It is in line, okay? So Control D again, Control D and Control D. Remember I said four. So we've gotten four of it. So let's go ahead and change the names, okay? This is going to be about us. Double click and change your name to about us. About us, okay? Pardon me, my key. I have to use this ABOU. Okay. About us. Okay. So go ahead and change this to shop, and we go ahead and change this to help and support. Help and support. Okay. So let's shift this last home here so that we can see it well. And this last one is contact us. The last one here is contact us, okay? Contact us. Okay, so that's it now, okay? So remember what I told you about holding control and clicking on what you want, okay? So this home now, click on the home. Another trick I want to show you, pay close attention. Click on home. Are we following, please? Are we following? Are we following? Okay. Who else, please? Is it only Obadiah that is following? Okay, okay, nice, nice. Okay, I'm super proud of you guys. I'm proud of you guys. Okay, so you click on home, pay attention, click on home, then go to the last one you want to highlight. We want to hold together home, about us, shop, help, support, and contact us, okay? And they are all arranged here, okay? So you click on home, go to contact us, hold your shift key first, then you click on contact us. You see it highlights everything immediately. Did we get that? Did we get that? Okay, who else? Nice. Okay, so let's move ahead. So you've highlighted the four of them, maybe five of them together. Come to this part. You see this part where you have these things looking like lines here, this part. You come to this part, click on the drop down here. When you click on the drop down, you see distribute horizontal spacing. Now we want to get it to be properly aligned and look good in the eye. Click on distribute horizontal spacing and it arranges it for you. Okay? It arranges it for you. So as it is like this, you could go ahead and do any specification you want on it, any yeah, any specification. You can change any feature, you can do anything you want on it as it is like this, as it is all highlighted. Let's say for example we want to change it to bold instead of semi bold. All of them will change together. See bold, now we change it to bold. You can see they all change together. Let's say we want to change the color together. Come here, click on this color. Let's say we want pink. You see they all change together, okay? But we don't want pink, so let's go ahead. So we've gotten our menu. Yeah, we've gotten our menu. Now let's go ahead and write our text, okay? You can decide to group this if you want. You can decide to group it with the logo. Press Ctrl, click logo, and press Ctrl G, and you can go ahead to name it menu. Normally I like grouping and naming all my layers together. So if you're in my master class, this is what you're going to see. So it will be easy for you to move it now. You can move it anyhow you want because they are all in a group together. Okay. So let's go ahead and type. Now I want to type what the brand is about and what we're showing on this page. So I'll go ahead and use this amazing flavors. And come down. Amazing flavors to choose from. Okay. So now let's style this. Let's go ahead and style this. Now I want these amazing flavors to be bigger than this to choose from. Okay. So the same thing I told you here, you can change the color or size of any of the characters individually. Remember what I told you characters are. So go ahead and highlight the up part, this amazing flavors part. Go ahead and highlight it. And let's come here and change the size. Okay. So for that amazing flavors, I want the size to be, let's see what the size should be. I want the size to be 96. Let's say I want a 96. Yes, okay, that's nice. And I want it to be bold. Is it bold? Yes, it's bold. Okay, I want the color here to be this chocolate color, and boom, yeah, there we have it. Okay, so now this to choose from, I want the size to be 48, and I want it to be a semi bold. Okay, 48. Remember what I told you about making your text, making the important one stand out. This amazing flavors is the important one because the brand is showing you that you have amazing flavors that you can eat from. So amazing flavors is the one that is standing out. It is the important part. So this to choose from is just something describing that amazing flavors. Okay, or telling you what to do with that amazing flavors. So I want a 48 and semi bold. So I want a 48 and semi bold. Okay, and I want the color to be the same. Boom, and there you have it. But I want the spacing, I want a white space here. Remember we talked about white space. You see the reason why I had to go ahead and teach you all these things first before we go into the design. So you have to understand the names and meanings of all these things. To get your white space, this is where you come to this auto. This line height. Yes, we talked about it. The line height is also white spacing. So you come here and let's change it to an 183.5%. Okay, 183.5. Okay, click enter and you have it. But I guess that is too much. Control Z. Let's do Control Z and click on the whole thing itself, not just that to choose from, and come back to the auto and press 183.5, and it is still too much. So let's try reducing it. Play along around with it. You can reduce it from here. You drag that auto to make sure that you're getting what you want. Okay, I think this is okay. This is good. So let's shift this. Okay, so are we all following? Are we following, please? Are we all following? If you're following, say I. Okay. Who else? Who else, please? Who else is following? Please, let's make it quick. Let's make it quick. We're almost done. Wait, is it only Obadiah that is following this class? Eh? Okay, let's continue. Let's go ahead. So, let me check if my recording is still working so nobody will miss out from this class. So, this is amazing flavors to choose from. Okay, so we can go ahead and write something else to explain this brand, what it is. Okay, so let's do this. Cream, cream delights. That's the name of the brand. Okay, the best, the best ice cream brand that creates delightful creates delightful taste and flavor. Okay, so let's now style this. Okay, it's not looking nice yet, so let's make it look nice. Okay, my people. So now we are going to be using the size 19 and a regular. Okay, so let's say size 19. Okay, and a regular instead of bold. This is regular. Okay, and I want the color to be the same as this. You can see the consistency is there, and the hierarchy also. We have something that looks like the H1, we have something that looks like the H2, and it goes on and on. Okay, the big one first, the small one, then the smallest one. That is how it works. Now let's come back to this auto, this line height. Okay, and let's reduce this so it is more or less together. Okay, I think this is okay. So let's go ahead and shift it. If you shift it to this point, you see that it's going off. But Figma shows you when it is not off. Okay, see, it is not off. Okay, it is together. But I want it to be under this two so that it looks good. Okay, so this is it. Now let's go ahead and create our buttons. So you go ahead and draw. Are we following? Are we following, please? Are we following? Okay, that's nice. Okay, so this button, I want this button to have the dark chocolate color. Okay, so the size of this button, let's do a 282 by 90. So come here, type 282 by 90. Okay, so you see this here, you see this corner radius, it curves your rectangle, it gives it curve to make it look like a button. Okay, so let's curve it. The curving there, let's type 39 inside. Okay, 39, 39. Okay, So now let's go ahead to change the color so that we see what we've done. I want it to have this dark chocolate color, and boom, that is it. Okay, you can see how beautiful it is looking already. So make sure you drag it in so that it is here. So you can duplicate this button. We want another color. Press Ctrl D, and you have this here. Okay, I want it to have a color white. This is white, right? Is that white? No, that's not white. Color white is F. You get white. Okay. Now click on this and hold your shift button. Click on this too. Let's give it a shadow. Okay. You see this effect here? This is effect. Click on effect and click on this effect setting, this thing that looks like sunshine. Okay, click on it and let's style it. You see X, you see Y, you see blur. Okay, you see X, Y, blur and spread. So for our X, let's give it a 5. So type 5 there. Then for our Y, let's give it a 7. Then for our blur, we can go ahead with 6, and boom, you can see the shadow. Okay, you can see your shadow. See your shadow there. It's not, it's looking like it is on top. Okay, it's looking like it is floating. Did we get that, please? Did we get that? Did we get that? Okay, nice. Okay, so we got that. So let's go ahead. I want to make this come down a bit so that we can see it. Okay, so I'm shifting this so that we can see this. So we want to type something inside this. We want to put something inside this our button. We want to put something inside this our button. Okay, so let's type shop now and explore. Shop now and explore. Give it a 24 and a bold. Okay, shop now, let it be 24, 24, and it should be bold. Yeah, right. So make sure it is centered, it is in the middle. So Control D and bring it here to this second button. Make sure it is aligned properly. Then it is white. That is why we're not seeing it. It's white on white. So let's change it to the chocolate color. And there we have it. Let's change the text to explore. Explore. Okay. Make sure it is in the middle. Yeah. So it is there. So our landing page is coming alive. Is looking so cute, so cute, so nice. So I want something like an arrow button here. I want something like an arrow button here. Yep. So I want something like an arrow button here. So hold shift and draw. So it gives you a straight line. Okay. Sorry, an arrow icon, not button. An arrow icon. Change it from black to the chocolate color. Remember, consistency is key. You don't want to use a color that is off from what you're doing. Okay. So yeah, we're almost done. We're almost done, my people, and the class would be over. Okay. So let's just go ahead and write the specifications for what we would be getting with this brand. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this is where we're actually going to end it for today. Mm? This is where we're actually going to end it for today because my laptop is actually low. So I will be telling you how to submit your own landing page. You can go ahead and style more things in the landing page, make it colorful, make it nice, and you would submit it to my mail. You would submit it to my mail. Remember how I told you to export? You click on this and you export the whole thing. Okay, you export the whole thing. You click on this MacBook Pro and you export everything. When you export it, oh fuck,